All right, start of the third quarter, 14-3. Just kickoff right now. Here we go. Oh, and it was a back pass. What are we doing? Okay, so Rutgers kicked off, right? And we got the ball, and our player decides to throw it back to the other side of the field. But luckily, 20 was able to scoop it up before Rutgers got a big, huge break right there on that down. So, yeah, that was almost a disastrous play right there. Almost. So, we almost lost it right there. As I see, seeing what my cat's doing over there. She's like, I don't know. Unless she wants to, go inside. Or she's trying to figure out the door. She wants to get in the room, but the door's shut. She can't open it. Oh, okay, I'm going to go open it for her. I feel kind of bad. Cute. Alright, maybe you heard her meowing over there. Meow! She tried to open the door, but she didn't even go in. But whatever, it's 1st and 10 right here. Let's see how we come out here during this half right there. And it's not starting off good. Not a good start right there. But, it just started. But Rutgers was able to get a tackle for loss right back there. Loss of 3 yards. Ouch. That hurts a little tiny bit, but I'm sure during halftime speech, Ryan Day was like, look, guys, we can't get caught looking ahead, okay? Stay focused on Rutgers right now, and then after we take care of business, then we can start looking ahead. But let's just focus on taking care of business. Taking care of business, one play at a time. Easy slant route. Listen, if Rutgers is just going to keep playing this soft coverage that they're playing at the moment, we're just going to have guys open all over across the field, and there's nothing that they're going to be able to do to stop us or anything. It's just a simple slant route. They're not playing man-to-man. I don't know what type of coverage. I think I want to say coverage for right there, but man, I really wish I had the college football 26 game. I'm the best player at that. Okay, but we are supposed to be getting $2,000 stimulus checks. I don't know how many people know that or realize that. But according to the government, if you trust the government, which I don't know, man. The whole politics things, I'm just kind of, I don't know. I just kind of feel like over it, but there is a player down for Rutgers right there, so hopefully he's all right. Hopefully it's not that bad of an injury. I don't want nobody to get hurt in this game, like I've already said a dozen times. But I just don't. No player on either side whatsoever, because Rutgers still need to win a game for a bowl season, and we just need to get out of here with a win. But, yes, supposedly we're supposed to be getting $2,000 stimulus checks sometime next year. Now, will we get it? I don't know, but I do know that we got under Trump's first term, we got $1,500 check, right? So, if we do get those checks, I think what I'm going to do is because I really want to play the game on the channel, the college football 26 game, which I don't have at the moment, but, whenever I would play the older one before the 26 one came out, I was pretty good. I was pretty decent. I dare even say I was the best college football player, and that'd be a lot of fun to do. To play. Obviously, and whenever I play that game, I do pick Ohio State, but I don't like playing Ohio State all the time in that. I like to switch it up, but here's the thing. that most people don't know, and I probably shouldn't say this, and because I'm giving away my secrets, right? So if anybody watches this video and when that time comes that I actually do have that game and actually do start playing it online, they might know this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm gonna put it out there. I play the Ohio State playbook every team. Even if I'm playing a different team than not Ohio State, I'll go and I'll change the playbook to Ohio State's playbook because obviously you want the best plays for that. But oh no, I might have just jinxed myself, but it's gonna be a lot of fun if we get that. I mean, $2,000 is a lot of money, especially when you're poor and broke like I am. But I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully we do get it. We're supposed to get it sometime in the near future, but I guess only time will tell. But keep an eye out for that because that's probably what I'm going to spend some money on is getting that game. And I don't even know how much they run for. I don't even know if I can get it for the Xbox Series. I don't know. I'll probably go for the cheaper console, although I am an Xbox guy over a PlayStation. I think Xbox is just the better game console all around. I mean, just for everything. But, yeah, and it's been a long time since I actually had an Xbox Live account, and I'm pretty sure you can play college football, the game College Football 26 on Xbox. I'm not quite sure on that. It's been a long time since I actually played on like a game console. Honestly, it feels like I used to play all the time when I was a kid and a teenager, and I was halfway decent, if not decent. I'm limiting myself here. I need to give myself a little bit more credit. I was pretty good as the tight end picks up. An easy first down. We fumbled the football, but luckily 20 was able to jump back on it. So there is a flag down. What's the flag for, ref? Come on, man. What's the flag for? We're going to check the flag here. I don't know what the flag is for. Let's see if they fumbled the football. Yeah, he definitely fumbled the football, tight end. A rare occurrence for him to fumble that football right there. We need to tighten up these, but you can just see I can tell on the faces of our guys that they're just ready to go on the next week. But here, just check the contact was ruled legal first down. Okay, the contact was ruled legal, so they picked up the flag, so it is a first down for our offense. So we're just moving the ball down the field. But, yeah, a rare occurrence for 86 there, the tight end. I don't know what's up with these guys fumbling the football. We definitely need to clean that up. And, again, we are the best team in college football. Obviously, we are. Tell them, Brutus. Right there. We're number one, but we still have to practice, and just like any other team, so we can get better and better and continue to get better and better, So that's what we got to do. We got to just clean up the small mistakes, because even the small mistakes can cost you a game. So that's what we have to do, and that's what we will continue to do. But our tight end is the Ohio State tight end with 5 records and 3 consecutive games since 2000. Wow, that's a big accomplishment for our tight end right now currently. And no, I did not read that off of the screen. I kind of just came up with that myself, and I'm pretty good with facts and stats. Okay. Yeah, I saw that from the TV, but that is something I did not know, so that's nice to know, right? Whenever they pull up the stat, catch it! Oh! What happened, Innings? No, get back up, get back up, get back up, get back up. Oh, Innings, did he catch that, first of all? But he got hit hard, and so he's like a little bit shaken. He got up, he's like, Coach, I need a minute to gather my thoughts. That was a hard hit that the Rutgers were playing. Oh, man, he almost caught the football, too. It was incomplete. He didn't. You have to, in college, you have to bring the football, and in NFL too, you have to bring the ball all the way down when you hit that ground, and you have to hold on to that football for it to be a completed catch. But it did, as we make this 3rd and 6 here, see what they were saying. Look, he's open. Oh, off the fingertips of our tight end there. That's one of those times where our wide receiver will drop the ball. Again, he catches it 9 out of 10, just like all of our wide receivers do. But, man, that was unfortunate. Even Jeremiah Smith on the sideline, like, oh man, I wish he would have caught that one. But we can give him the benefit of the doubt. Not the results we wanted coming out of halftime. Now we have to punt the ball away back to Rutgers. See if they can do anything with it. Probably not with the rock. But yeah, what was I saying before all that happened? Oh, yeah. So, innings, right? He had the ball in his hand, and he tipped it up to himself like this. He had it in both of his hands, but as soon as he hit the ground, the ball broke loose. And, yeah, he was a little bit shaken up on that. So, I know what? I'm going to give the Rutgers defense even a little bit more credit. They are actually hitting our players, like, hard. They're not hitting us soft. I like that, though. Give our players a little bit of that contact. We're going to need it going into the Big Ten championship game, going into next week game, and going into the playoffs. So our guys need to be used to these big, huge hits. But I kind of like the aggressiveness that I'm seeing from the Rutgers defensive players. I like it. Hey, bring your A game, right? Bring your A game. Of course, we get everybody's A game, being the number one, the best team in the country, because obviously everybody's gunning for you, because not only those two reasons, but we're also the national undefeated champs. And no, I never do get tired of saying that, even though I do say that a lot in these videos. But hey, it's the truth. We're undefeated. We're the defending national championship, and everybody wants to come take our title, but they're going to have to go through the big dog, a.k.a. us, to be able to accomplish that dream. And it's not going to be easy. Okay? We're not just going to want to go ahead and do it. Okay? And even sometimes these teams' A game is not enough. So maybe they need to bring their A plus game in order to even have a chance to knock us off the pedestal of being the undefeated national defending champions. But that's not going to happen, because the only teams, and I said this before, the only team that can beat us is ourselves, because we're just that dang good. We're going to go into next week's game, and we're going to absolutely, I don't want to use the word dominate, but we're going to win. I truly believe that we're going to win if Ryan Day can get over that hump. And if we don't win, oh man, I don't even want to think about it, to be quite honest, because I can't see that reality. Right? I don't want that to be a reality, and I can't see that fruition to come to where we just like lay a giant goose egg and we just don't win that game. I don't want to think about it, but I don't even want to consider it a possibility. Right? It's the best rivalry in college football. The best, hands down, the best rivalry. There is no rivalry like this rivalry, okay? And it should continue long after I'm gone, and for generations to come. Like, I'm saying, because there was a time, well, no, I take that back. I was going to say the Oklahoma and Texas rivalry, but obviously that game is still going on. But what I'm trying to say here in full context is that the rivalry between us and that team up north never needs to go away. It's the best rivalry in college football. Everybody loves watching that game. All eyes are on that game. And every year, there's always high stakes in that game, it seems like. So, I don't think I ever watched Michigan. Oh, I need to slap myself. Why'd you say that name? Why'd you say that name? I feel like Batman. Why'd you say that name? Save Martha. What is stupid. Oh my gosh. Batman vs. Superman, dude, was so frustrating. That movie was so bad. I was able to talk my cousin into go and watch that movie. And other than the Superman, like the last 20 minutes of the movie is good. Right when Batman and Superman actually fight each other, everything from that point and beyond is good, but everything like leading up to that, and mind you, it's like a 3-hour movie, so you're getting like 2 hours and 20 minutes of nothing, basically, until Batman and Superman fight each other. And then even the way that they stop fighting is when Superman says, protect Martha or save Martha, you know. Why'd you say that name? Well, it's because they got their moms have the same name, so they stopped fighting. That's a stupid way to end that fight. I mean, you could have did something else. What could you have done as Rutgers attempts to try to make this 3rd down and 1? I believe that they got it, actually. But what could you have done in that situation? I don't know, but it could have been anything better than how that ended, right? Maybe like Wonder Woman comes, stops Batman, like, hey, don't kill him because da or something. I don't know, but somehow you got to get him to stop fighting, right? And just, that's the only thing I really got to say about Batman versus Superman. And that's why this whole thing's been brought up, because I said that name. And I'm like, well, why'd you say that name? Which reminded me of that movie. And it's just, for the most part, it's not a good movie for the most part. And again, the only good parts is after Batman and Superman actually get ready to fight each other. And you got to sit through a bunch of bull crap to even get to that point in the movie. And it's called Batman v Superman. And they only literally fight for like not even 10 minutes, like 6-8 minutes tops. That's it. And we all know that the only way to beat Superman is kryptonite. He's like one of the easiest superheroes to defeat in any universe. Like, he really is, honestly. Even though he's so powerful, yeah. He's powerful. He's strong. He can shoot lasers out of his eyes. Okay, he even has ice breath. Oh! That's a fumble right there! Get that fumble! Get that ball! Then that ball is out of safety, or what we got considered to be a touchdown, right? No, I don't know why I said safety. That should be a touchdown right there, but I think Rutgers recovered the football. I don't know what's going on. Wait, is that our ball? I'm not sure. Hold on. Here's the replay. Well, I was talking too much, so I kind of missed what happened here. So, the Rutgers quarterback was getting ready to throw. Here comes our guy, right? And he's able to strip the ball, which causes a fumble. And his hand was not going forward, so that is not an incomplete pass. That is a 100% fumble by Curry, 92, the big fella. He caught the ball. I don't know what they're going to say, though, because it's in his hands. I don't know what they're going to rule that. But nonetheless, we did get the ball, but they were seeing whether or not if he was sure. I thought at first maybe they were reviewing whether or not he actually had possession, but he did have possession. But now we got the ball at the 1 yard line, and it's just going to be a run straight up the middle, but a good stop by the Rutgers defense, though. I have to give Rutgers defense. They're playing better than their offense right now, but they have no offense. So, I mean, obviously, even if they had somewhat of an offense, this game pretty much is over. But, wow, what a big, huge stop from our defense. I'm so happy he was able to put that big, huge hit on that guy and able to get a fumble and able to recover the football for us to be right here in the position that we are, which is 2nd and goal. So big hit by the big man. I want to see that for next week as well. So we should be able to punch this ball in. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, 1, 2, 3, ABC. Saying he looks back to pass. There was nobody open, so of course he had to throw it back to the end zone. So there is a flag down. I don't know what the flag for is. Let's go ahead and check the flag here. Let's hear from the ref.
For 78, 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Holding. Oh, man, they got us for holding. I want to see the replay whether or not our guy was holding, but looks like Ryan Day is not too happy about him because he's taking him out of the game for now. But let's see, they are showing the replay here. I don't see any holding. I'm sorry. I don't see any holding there. It looks like the refs are starting to feel bad for Rutgers, so they're trying to help them out however way they can, which why they call that terrible holding. I didn't see any holding there whatsoever, but it is what it is, whatever. It's Ohio versus the world versus the refs. We're playing the refs, too. Every time we play a different team, we're also playing the refs. It just seems that way, right? And our guys, honestly, our team, the Buckeyes, we're just kind of... I know we're looking ahead. That is the problem here. That's all it is, really. We're just looking ahead. We're making good plays. We're still playing good football. But we're not playing our best football, right? We're playing kind of sloppy here in the third quarter right here. It's 3rd and goal. Ryan Day, if we don't, for whatever reason, get it on 3rd and goal, I think we should definitely go for it on 4th down, but Ryan Day might just take the points. Either or, I'm fine with, but I kind of just feel like we need that kind of spark. But we don't need a 4th and goal. I was talking about 4th and goal, but we got it on a 3rd and goal to an easy pass and catch to the tight end for another Ohio State Buckeyes touchdown. That is what I'm talking about. We're just eating them up. We're eating them up. We're eating them up. Oh, they're going down so good because they taste so good. This is an easy win. It looks like the person whoever was supposed to guard the tight end bumped into his own the player, and that was able to open up the route for the tight end for the easy score. So that's 21-0. This game's over. Rutgers exploded on their self, no pun intended there. So it's just going to be an easy walk-off win. It was just an easy pitch and catch right there. The Rutgers player, he's saying like, hey, he pushed off me. That should be pass interference. But it's not pass interference, bro. All I can tell you is do not run into your own guy and get all confused about which way you guys are going and all that. That's on you guys. And it's just another easy touchdown. This team's already done. So I guess we can go ahead and talk about, next week's games, which I've already been doing because mindset is already there. I am so ready. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. But there are no really other big games on this week. This kind of a slow week right here. A lot of teams are playing just their cupcake games. I mean, we got BYU and Cincinnati later on tonight. I obviously will be rooting for Cincinnati because the winner of that game is one step closer to the Big 12 championship game. And, Big 12, they used to not have a championship game, but now they do have a championship game. So I hope that Cincinnati, for all intended purposes, they beat BYU. I think they're a better team than BYU, and BYU is they're ranked number 11th right now, so they still have a shot to make the playoffs. Now, do I think Cincinnati will have a shot if they beat BYU with having 3 losses? I don't think so, but they still have a chance to get into their Big 12 championship game. And if they win the Big 12 championship game, then, maybe they have like a Hail Mary chance. I still don't think they get in with the Big 12 championship, but you never know, right? Because there's still football left, so teams are still going to lose. Notre Dame, they're playing Syracuse today. I'm hoping that Syracuse are able to pull off the upset here, but I think they only have 3 wins of the season, so that's slim to none. So that hope is gone. I'm gonna have to hope for next week the Notre Dame to get a loss here because again, I don't want to see them make the playoffs. I'm getting so tired of seeing Notre Dame in the playoffs. I want to see different teams in the playoffs, That's my whole thing here. I thought when we expanded to 12 teams, we wouldn't just get the same old 12 teams. And we are on the road, so that game's even hyped up now, even more. I like it when we can beat our rival on their home turf. This is icing on the cake right there. I'm locked in. I'm locked in. I'm ready, man. I'm so excited for the game. And of course, I'll have the iPad all ready to go just in case anything suspicious happens or anything like unnamed happens. So nothing's gonna be able to stop me from watching that game. I'll have the iPad to go. If I can't watch it on TV, I'll watch it on the iPad. You guys still get the reaction, obviously, and I'm just so excited for that game, man. I really am. I want to see those fans cry. Those fans up north, I want to see them cry. I want to see them hurt. I want to get the bragging rights, okay? Terrible football team. They have a terrible season. I don't even know what their record are, but I do know they're in the top 25. What? I don't know. I couldn't tell you because honestly, I could care less. Okay? I'm just ready for it. And I know the players are ready for it. But, we got this 21 lead right now. We're not trying to blow out Rutgers. We're just trying to take this W and get on to that week, man. That rivalry week. Let's go. Woo! It's a bittersweet moment because it is the last game of the regular season. So, it's a bittersweet moment because this is the game that, as an Ohio State fan, I personally look to every single season. But it also means it's the end of the regular season. So, that's kind of bad right there. But, you just got to hold on, man. Tighten wear your seatbelt. It's going to be a crazy game. That's what I'm expecting. And, oh, man, I'm just so excited. I don't know what more I can say about it, dude. And I don't know who's leading the all-time. I wish I had my phone. Where is my phone? I'm trying to see it, so if I get up and decide to get it, I won't be looking around for it, and then this won't be empty for the most part. But I don't know where I put my phone at, so I can't look up anything. I was going to look up who is leading in the all-time record. I want to say us, because we're obviously better in that rivalry, but I just don't know that for a fact. So it's kind of weird, right? Like us humans asking the internet questions that we should be able to think for ourselves and all that stuff. But we basically, what I'm saying is like we ask the internet as if the internet is like the true final fact. But who puts up those facts? Somebody puts up those facts on Google as Rutgers sitting here punt the ball back to us. Fair catch. Okay, yeah, catch it. Don't fumble it like last time. But, who does that? Who makes the final call on what's going to be on the internet anyway? And why is that, like, for a lot of people, the source of the truth? Like, you ask Google, like me, I ask Google for multiple things, and I just take it as truth. But why is that, and who actually puts that up on there? Who says, okay, this is the truth, this is the fact, so when people search this up, this is what they're going to see. We all know that there's a person behind that, right? Like, I guess if I have to give an example. Like, I was going to give a stupid example. Like, what if somebody asked Google, well, Google, what color is the sky? Obviously, the sky is blue, right? But what if Google said red? Is all of a sudden the sky is red, even though we can physically see it? And that's a stupid example, because obviously the sky is blue. But, like, I don't know. What would be a better example? Like, okay, here's a better example. Who shot JFK, right? What the Google is going to tell you, and the people behind it who put it up there, you're probably going to get the guy's name, Oswald, whatever. But we all know that it wasn't actually him. It was actually the CIA and the FBI of our own government taking out JFK. And why would they take out JFK? Because he wasn't going along with their agenda, whatever their agenda was at the time, which I can't really think about what their agenda was. But JFK was not on board, so they had to take him out and put in place the VP at the time. I can't remember his name now. Harriet Tubman, or not Harriet Tubman. That's the Ground Railroad. But I can't think of his name right now. But they had to put him in place because he was going with their agenda. So they took out JFK, right? But if you ask Google that, Google is going to tell you that it was Oswald when Oswald was basically just the fall guy for it. And there's a lot of evidence to support this. And if you just look at the JFK files and read them for yourself, there's also evidence in there, and these are government documents that weren't released because they exposed the truth. But if you go through every single document of the JFK files, you will see, the proof is right there. So there is evidence that the CIA and our own government took out our own president. As crazy as that might sound, it's the truth. They did it. So, and it's right there, black and white. Not only is there that evidence, but there's forensics. I don't know if I'm saying that word right. Forensics evidence that, like, from where the shot from, there's no way. Like, there was supposedly 2 bullets and not just one, right? Like, from the back and from the front. So, the evidence is all there. It's black and white, basically, that, JFK, it wasn't Oswald that did that terrible thing. It was the government, and that's why they did it, because John F. Kennedy, probably one of the best presidents of all time, didn't go along with their agenda. And he was also a good speaker and all that. But just stuff like that, like who puts that out there on Google? Who puts that out there on the internet? I don't know who these people are. But for whatever reason, we just accept it as truth. But like, the point is, like, the internet's not coming up with these facts or truth, I put that in air quotes, truth, on its own, right? It's getting put in this information. So a human being like you and me is sitting out there like, okay, this is the truth. This is the fact. And I would not say the majority, but basically a lot of people take that as truth. And I'm putting myself in that group too, because sometimes I'll ask Google questions, just to see. But, like, if it makes sense to me, then, Clay, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. The tight end, 86, he's getting a heck of a day right here. He's balling out, but he's leaping over Rutgers players. I don't want to see him do that, because I don't want to see him get hurt before the big game next week. So I don't want to see that, 86. I know you're a good tight end. You're an excellent tight end. But, bro, you got to stop jumping over players, all right? You could get very easily hurt from doing that. And we're going to need you going into next week's game. Just like we're going to need Jeremiah Smith and Tate. And I assume that those guys are going to go crap crazy. So I don't want to see that in this game. There's no need to do that, tight end. Okay, so just please stop jumping over Rutgers players, all right? Because I don't want to see you get hurt, buddy, all right? Even though it's cool, all right? Save that for next week, all right? Save that for next week if you really want to, what am I looking for? Dot the I? No, not dot the I, but if you really want to add salt to the wound, if you really want to look cool, save that for next week. I don't want to see that this week. But, yeah, I mean, it's just like, who put it up there for Google? I don't know. Still ask Google questions, but what if we didn't have the internet to ask questions? Are we ever going to be able to figure out stuff for ourselves as a human race? Are we going to be able to tell what is truth? What is fact? Is that somebody's opinion? Is that backed up by evidence? I don't know. I would like to say the truth is just your truth, like whatever you believe, right? But sometimes there are facts that you can't dispute, even though it is your own truth. Like, I could sit here and say, well, the grass is actually blue everywhere. But that's just my truth. But the facts are the facts, and facts don't care. And that should be a pass interference. I don't know what that Rutgers defender was doing. He was all over our wide receiver right there. He just basically pulled him down to the ground right there. Yeah, that's an easy 15 yards right there. We'll take that all day. The Rutgers defender, his head wasn't even back. And you always got to look back, or else 9 times out of 10, the refs are going to call that. And, yeah, that was just a terrible, ugly play by the Rutgers defense. I give them some credit, but it seems like since their offense is like going downhill, their Rutgers defense started up like this, but now they're also going to be following their offense downhill right there. So, yeah, I don't know what that player was thinking. But we only had 3 penalties this game. That's pretty good, if you ask me, for us. But as we get ready here for this 1st and 10. Oh, just a nice run by Jackson. Actually, it wasn't a nice run, but I mean, just the tight ends actually been stepping up. What I noticed about Jeremiah Smith and Tate being out for this game, people who have stepped up is Jackson, I would say, the running backs, innings, number 1, and, of course, the tight end, who I really like. He's going to be playing on NFL Sundays for sure, 100%. And just a great group of guys. And I love seeing Ryan Day intense on the sideline walking back and forth because he knows, will Jackson get this in right here? Come on, Jackson. Boom! Boom! That's the final nail in the coffin. That's all she wrote. That's all the hope gone for Rutgers right there. That's 28-0 right there. Easy peasy. Let's go. As the Ohio State fans are dancing in the sideline, in the benches, I guess I'll go ahead and do my dance too, all right? Because we're rocking and we're rolling and we're rolling and we're rocking right there. That's why we're number 1 right there, 28-3. Let's go. That's right, Brutus. Let them all know. Let the world know. That's right. Touchdown. Let's go. 28-3. Oh, it's going to be a long 4th quarter. That's for true. At this point, we should bring in the backups and let them play. And we need to rest our guys for next week, obviously. But, yeah, just going back full circle now. Going back to the whole Google thing. I don't know. Just my 2 cents. But here are the total plays per game. We have 119. We do 119 plays per average in every game that we play. And the FBS average is 133 plays per game. So we're not the most team that does the most play and college football, but we're on that list of us getting that. And the freshman, I didn't know Bo Jackson was a freshman too, but I'm just now figuring all this out. But he's the 5th 100-plus yard game this season, most by Ohio State freshman since J.D. Dobbins. So if Bo Jackson is a freshman, he's got a lot of talent, and he's going to progress throughout the year. And hopefully, I think hopefully he'll be, unless he goes to the transfer portal, but I think he'll be sticking with our team, and that's good. That's going to be really good for his development. He's still a rookie, so he's going to get his first experience in the best rivalry in college football next week. So that'll be interesting to watch also. I'm hoping that he's able to break off a big, huge play in that game just for his first time playing in that rivalry and for him to get that experience. But, yeah, I assumed, I don't know why, but I assumed that he was like a sophomore or junior. I didn't realize he was a freshman. But, yeah, so, he's getting good. He's getting better, and he's going to be having a big game moment next week. So this one's basically already over. Maybe we'll check on the other games. Not a lot of games going on right now. I guess there is one game going on, Missouri and Oklahoma. I think that's who's playing. I don't know. Let me check the score here. Let me just see who we caught. Oh, yeah, by the way, Virginia Tech. Oh, Oklahoma, Missouri, yeah. I mean, that's basically the only game that's on other than the BYU Cincinnati game. Everybody else, just like us, is basically playing scrimmage games, and I don't want to say cupcakes, but basically, I mean, it's 35-3. Georgia is whomping their cupcake team right now, which they should be. They should be doing that. But the only really game I'm keeping my eye on at the moment is the Oklahoma-Missouri game, because that game has importance to it for one more loss for Oklahoma, they're going to be out of the playoffs. But 17-6, so I guess Missouri is trying. I don't really care who wins that game. It's just a game I'm keeping a close eye on. And what is going on right here? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, bro, you could have did that. Downs is going like this. waving goodbye to Rutgers. I mean, yeah, he could have did that in the first quarter though, because I mean the game was already over in the first quarter. But he did come up with a massive sack out of the bathroom, untouched, straight through the line. Just came in like Sonic, and he came out waving just like he's waving to the crowd, just like he's the king or the queen. You know, hey man, well the king, not the queen, obviously. I don't know why I said queen, but I said it. But obviously, I meant like a king. Right? He can't be a queen because he's a man. But yeah, it seems like Rutgers is finally giving up now. It's 4th and 18. We're gonna get the ball back here. Just milk off this clock. The rest of it, there's only 1 minute left. That's all we're basically doing now. If I'm Ryan Day, I'm just like, listen, guys, we need to tone it down. We can literally take our foot off the gas and just run out this clock. I'm so ready for next week. Looks like our players next week is hell. Oh man, dude. Oh man. Next week is so big. What a big game, bro. Oh, I'm so I listen. Oh man, I wish I had a time machine and I could just skip to next Saturday. Oh man, let's go. Let's go. I'm really hyped. I'm really pumped. Oh, man. Who is this? Who are they showing pictures of? That's Caleb Downs. Okay. Oh, he has the, I used to play with those big, huge hawk hands where you get them and fight your brother or your cousins, you know, you hit each other with them. That's how we used to play with those hawk hands, man. Those hawk hands were a lot of fun and a lot of cool to, play with. But yeah, Downs, man, let's go, bro. Listen, we got the squad to do it, to beat that team up north, and that's what we shall and will do. And just, oh man, I'm so excited. I feel like Mike Myers now. I was going to do the bit, but it looks like saying it might be done for the rest of this game, which I agree with. Put in number 3. Let him get that experience because, listen, we don't know anything. Anything bad could happen. We don't want to risk saying when we don't have to, right? Put in number 3. Let him get that experience. Let him do mop up duty, basically, right? So I agree with Ryan Day here. In fact, we could go ahead and take out all of our firsters and put in the second team and let them get the experience going into next week's game because next week's game is a very important game for us. And especially with us being on the road, you know, you just want to, just basically just, you know, give our guys the experience here. And that looks like it's going to be the end of the third quarter. This game's already over. We're going to be moving on to 11-0 and into the next big game. We're 1 quarter away from getting this one closed out, and then it's on to the game. So I'm excited. Fourth quarter, here we come. This game's already over.